they were actually trying to serve you something, they'd know your middle
come
name
with the
too.
business too.
And that too, yeah. Like
Sure,
it's a public record. You're not a private business that doesn't like do business with the public, you know. Like you're open. Anyone can walk in.
That's smart.
Yeah. I will say, at least the scammers are getting like motivated. They're coming up with new ways to do shit. It's not the same old. We're trying to reach you about your card extended warranty.
Well, it's like a new thing now.
Yeah. What you up to?
Oh, just working. Just working. Was looking for a house, but not looking anymore. Just that all the things are straight.
Yeah. That's why we're, me and my fiance are still renting. Like, there's no reason to buy a house right now.
It's just too. It's overpriced. I don't mind that it's
Yeah.
expensive, but it's overpriced. It's like I'm not, paying $450,000 to live on Eubank and Montgomery.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way.
Especially with how, like, everything forecasted is, it's looking like we might have another 2008. Plus, I don't know, are you still planning on going to Cali?
At some point, yeah. I mean, I can go there now. It's just that we're still killing it here.
Right.
What's weird is they're paying the same price as here as in California for a haircut. So it's like, and without the cost of living out there, so right now you're winning.
Right. Which is a testament to your skill.
Yeah. I mean, and there's a couple places out there that, probably charge more, but, they might even make $100, but, I figure, I've looked up, the average prices, in the U.S. and different states and states that, that I like, and right up there with them.
Smart.
Yeah, but first and foremost, like that isn't what what I do is the haircut has to have a certain value in order for it to be worth a certain amount. So say, oh, TJ, are you going to charge this or that because of, and I say, well, I don't worry really what anyone's doing. I'll check all that afterwards. The first and foremost thing is, I place a value on the cut and what I think it's worth, and
I think you said you went and got your degree when you were in. What's your degree in?
I never got a degree when I was young. I probably spent 5 years going to school, wasting my time in school. I took all of my classes in prison.
Right.
And then came out here and took a few that, really just it was free in there. In there they won't let you muster up a degree. It'll be like they give you the wash down of. So there was a college called Eastern New Mexico University, and so since I was out there in Hobbs, that's where we.
Is that the one out by Portales?
Yeah. So online we were able to go there. So it's like, you know what I mean. We weren't showing up to the campus in a jumpsuit, but it was.
My best friend got his bachelor's there.
Yeah.
Good school.
Look, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, I'm all for it. But for any other degree, I'm probably not all for it. But I mean, for specified degrees, but if you're going to go to Anderson School of Business for business, you're better off just opening a business.
And learning
I mean, you know,
or reading a book.
well, my thing is this. So I don't want to learn from someone who doesn't do what they're teaching. So I mean, you know, if I want to learn MMA, I want to learn it from a guy that can fight, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, Anderson School of Business. You show up there, and it's, you know, the instructor's never had a business, and he's poor. So I mean, you know, for me and you know the things I'm doing and everything, I can't. I'm not allowed to listen to people like that.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I think the only other degree I'd add to that is engineering. If you want to go to school to be an engineer, cool.
I mean, you can. But, you know, it's probably not going to pay that well, but you could. You know, it's not going to give you that $300,000-400,000 a year.
Right.
It might. You never know. I mean, if you're. I mean, look, in the any degree is okay if you're going to use it. Because if you use it, then you can, then you know, you can take that money and then start to make money.
Right.
So that's the most.
I think the statistic I heard is like 40% of people who graduate college don't use their degree they got, which is kind of insane.
So if I offered you $50,000 and I said you can, with this $50,000 you can go to school, you can remodel your mother's house, you can open up your own business, you can invest in crypto, whatever it is you want to do with that 50 grand, you can buy a car, or you can go to school. Not one fucking person in the world would go to school. But the way the educational system does it is they'll give you that 50,000 to get yourself into debt to get a job and you know, conform to the system that's at hand. So I'm just saying, I don't, and you can do that, but then it's like, what are you, the top of all the poor people? Like, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's,
right.
Oh, he has a degree, he works over, it's like, yeah, you still call another man boss, you're still broke. It's like, I don't have that vision.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people view debt as slavery, which is what it is.
Yeah. I kind of view it as a little bit of slavery and control at the same time.
Well, yeah, if you're always like freaking out in the back of your head because you owe money to someone or
not even owning, it's like, I don't want to show up to a place and have to never have an ideology and listen to what they say and you can't talk and, you know, they tell you what to talk about, how to talk about it. You know, the guys at the labs even, so to speak, you know, you don't go home and say this and that, and it's like, for what, 100,000 a year? It's like, there's no way.
Yeah, it does kind of suck, but you can see that some people are very easily bought.
But then again, I'd rather have that job than a worse job, and you could still invest more money in. Because even like the barbering, you can't just do that. You can do that, and you'll make the $225,000 a year, and so and you'll still be broke. So I'm saying that'll never do anything for you.
Right.
So I'm saying you have to take that money and quantify it, and you know, be able to
invest it, diversify it.
And what I would say is, look, here's the number one goal. So like, when we first opened, we made nothing. Down the road, this and that, you hit over 100,000. Now you're in a bigger category that we won't even mention. And so it's like, okay, you're capped off at that. It's not gonna, you know, you can add people and do this and that. It's gonna go up a tiny bit, but it's, you know, you're pretty much capped off. So the next step is, okay, great. You know, someone makes good money. That's wonderful. But the next step is now, how do you not show up to work and still make that good money? That will be, you know, either purchasing a home, partnering up with someone that's willing to, you know, fix that home up and flip it, or start a team of that. And, you know, that's one avenue. Stocks and bonds is never an avenue. The pension is also never an avenue. You know, because I could turn my money quicker than the government can for me. And then not to mention, I don't need them to penalize me to pull it out.
I know you talked about crypto. Do you do precious metals?
I have precious metals, yeah. I don't do crypto.
No?
No. It's a Ponzi scheme as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though people would make money off it and everything, I don't mess with it.
I don't know, like it's not something that's backed by anything else. It's just like the dollar. Like, it's just a digital dollar. I think a lot of problems that people have is that the dollar is not backed by anything anymore. technically. If you get into like politics, like technically it's backed by oil, but with everyone trying to.
So to save the dollar is foolish because you don't want to save something they can print, right?
Right.
So you'd almost be better off with a precious metal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the sense of, if you, for, diversifying those funds, or you don't want to hold on to cash. You're almost better just buying a property and putting someone in it. Like just say for someone, let's just give someone as a scenario, someone has just, a couple $100,000 in their account. I mean, you could take 36 of it and buy a little shitty house right up the street and put someone in it. And at least, get a drip off it, and then the equity goes up. Someone just paying it, so eventually you're gonna have equity. I like the flip better because it's more instant money. Like you could put 30-something thousand down, get a house, it's destroyed on the inside, just say it needs cabinets or this, and you do all that, flip it, and it isn't you that's doing it. Like, so when I do this, I have someone that does it. I have another guy that has no money that his job is he restores the houses. So that's how he gets, profit for free. He doesn't have the money to buy the house.
Right.
I have the money to buy the house. So I buy it, he fixes it up, we split the profit, I still come here every day. And then, we make, 30,000 every, let's just say 2 months.
It's not bad. And the cool thing if you're flipping it is you're gaining
it's like
skill.
36,000, but it's, and then again, that's split between 2 people, so you're really only making, just say 15,000 each. But that's due to 15,000 in closing costs at the end. That's due to the 20,000 to soup it up. That's due to the, the initial down payment, and so you buy a house for 164, and like I'll sell a house for, 264, 280. And get a house for 230, sell it for 340 or 350.
Okay.
And so these houses, when you wonder, like, oh well, how come someone's not buying that house? So we've already cornered that market, or my guy has, and he has a one of them hard lenders, hard money dudes that what he does is those houses come to him before they're even on the market. Some of them you can't finance them because they don't even have a gas meter or an electric meter. So what we do is that's $4,000 to put it on there.
Right.
And so you buy the house, put it on there, and then soup it up, and then it goes from there. It's pretty easy to do. I could almost see if I wanted to do this, like, I'm still a little bit apprehensive of, doing this, 100% like that, but I can see where it could make money for sure, without a shred of a doubt. But then again, too, you have to expect that something, may not go right at some point, just because.
Right. I think it's Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Whatever can go wrong will.
It's true.
You seem extremely well read.
But the real estate I see, like once I do that, because I am gonna get a house with this dude, and I will flip it, and I've watched him do 4 of them. He just doesn't have the money. I do, so it's like fucking
Capital.
He doesn't have to work with that other dude. He can, work with me instead of his hard money lender, and then we still get the houses. In the beginning, he was like, oh yeah, if you give me, like he was having the guy at hard money lender get him the house, and then he would be like, if you give me the $25,000 to fix it up, then I'll give you this, and I'm like, dude, I'm not giving anyone $1. I'm not giving anyone any money because there's nothing to stop you from running off with it.
Yeah.
That's where it's.
No bond of trust there. I think there's very few people I would lend that kind of money to, and most of them are just family. So do you listen to any podcasts or anything for this, or like it's just been reading?
Wait, do what?
Do you listen to like any podcasts on business, like real estate, and just kind of what you picked up?
It just went on. I just like making money. That's good. And over here, obviously, there's, you know, rich clients. So that was one of them that saw my story in the news, and he was like, "Hey, if you ever want to get involved in flipping homes?" And that was like 8 months ago, and then so finally now. Oh yeah, what sent me into doing that was I tried to find this house in Tenawan. It was like a last ditch effort, and I found the house. And I don't mind sharing how much it was, and that I'm broke and everything else. It was, the house is $500,000. And I'm only approved now for $450 for some reason, and the monthly payment for $450 is $3,300 a month. And so I was like, I don't want to spend more than, you know, $3,500 a month. That's a lot, because that's before utilities. So I'm just saying it's so all of a sudden I found the perfect house in Tenawan. It was $500,000, and I was like, oh cool, this is my dream house. It's little, it's small, it's, you know, 2,000 square feet. It's in Tenawan East. So I was like, damn, this is a perfect house. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy it, fuck it. And so I got a pre-approval letter, and then I called my lender and said, hey, by the way, too, I said, you know, you said that that I'd be able to get $450 off you guys, and that it would be, you know, $43,000 down, and it would be $43,000 down and like $3,300 a month. And I said, all right, cool. I'm down to do that, and then I'll also kick in an extra $50,000 to get rid. That way, it puts me in the $500,000 to get rid of that. And then she said something like, "Oh, well, then you couldn't do the FHA with 3% down. If you had to do that, you'd have to do 20% down due to debt to income ratio." So right when that happened, and they did that to me, and then I said, "All right, cool." I just told myself I'm done. I'm not getting a house for me. So now I'll go on a money making mission. And that's where I was like, I'll just flip a couple then. And then eventually, you know what, dude? I'll just buy the house in cash. I won't use the bank. So, hey, shout out to the bank. You guys kind of shit on me and everything. So, guess what? I'm not going to use you anymore. And I'm going to buy it in cash. You guys help me out in the long run. So, it's like stay homeless. Do not buy myself a home. You have a few $100,000 in the bank account, become a millionaire before I even buy a house. Watch, it's going to be a whole Jedi mind trick, dude. And then soon, once I'm a millionaire, which is going to be within another year, a year and a month, a year and 2 months, I will be having $1 million. Look, I'm already, like, if they want to say millionaire, I have enough shit to be called that, but I'm saying I don't want to do it like that. I want that liquid. I want you to see it in that account.
Right.
And I'm not shy to show my bank account. I could care less. There was a girl once, there was like another entrepreneur, and she's like, oh yeah, me and my husband, we met. She's like, you know what, on our first date, she's like, it was crazy. We were having a good dinner and everything, and we showed each other our bank account, and she said, oh no, I know we're going to get rich together. So I mean, some people don't want to show a bank account, or they're hiding it, or they don't. I don't care if I've had, God, I mean, through my entire life, I never even had a bank account, and then when I did, I had nothing in it. So I'm saying,
right.
Like I still have nothing in it, but you know what I mean? It's something to me is a lot. Absolutely. Everything that you talked about, I've done it. That's what I'm saying. You will see, and you'll see, because I'll show you on the phone. Like, you'll see everything, just because you've seen it from the beginning. Look, you gotta imagine. So just as a food for thought, 4.5 years ago, I opened up this shop and I had $300 to my name. And that's all I had to my name.
Right.
And I had nothing in here. It was like a chair and it was nothing. That's how much I believed in this. Like, I was like, Field of Dreams, dog. I was like, if you build it, they will come. That's just how my philosophy was. There's nothing that can, there's nothing that can stop me.
Right.
I am the greatest. I was like, and that belief took you far. So it's kind of like I would tell people, hey, dude, if you do believe that you're the greatest, then whether it's true or not, you should believe that. And if because if you don't believe that, why is anyone even gonna fuck with you? Or why would anyone even, pay you? Or why would you? If you don't believe in yourself, it's like nobody else will believe in you. All those guys that made, did things, big things, they all had like tremendous belief in themselves, like Conor McGregor, and they just, you couldn't tell them different. All of these guys want to erect a statue in their likeness.
Right.
And some people will hate that and be like, oh, that's, you're gonna go to hell or for erecting a statue in my likeness. It's like, fuck you, you have one of Christopher Columbus. It was like, dude, I can erect one of me. I didn't go rape and pillage a bunch of people. That's where it's like,
Yeah, a lot of talking to a lot of people about the past is a headache these days. But yeah, Conor McGregor, he's a good example. I mean, like, he started off fighting on, he was on welfare.
yeah.
Like, where you come from does not always determine where you're going.
Never let your past determine your future.
Yeah.
Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Keep hanging out with those fools and idiots. These guys got to get this shit out of their mind. You're not going to get rich at work. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, oh, I got to go to work, and you're not going to get rich there. So you don't treat it as if you are.
Right.
Treat it as a gateway, as a financial resource to re-supplement money into the true passion of, you know, making money. Like, I could have passion with cutting hair. That right there really isn't going to make you rich. Sitting here doing haircuts all day, you know, it's a mathematical equation of how many you could do a day. You know, we've made good money, but I'm saying, you know, you still have to, you know, do other things.
Right.
And look, and really, I'm not a bad person. Like, even though I want to be rich and everything, I don't hardly even spend any money on me. Like, it's like, I mean,
It's a little bit of a misnomer that rich people are evil. Like, yeah, some people are, but just because they have wealth doesn't mean they're evil.
maybe the car or whatever, but I paid it off. It wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Walking around with a fucking car payment.
Not smart. I think more people need to be taught
I
financial
only did
stability.
that because of the interest. I was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
The interest. And then I figured too, if you can't buy it outright, then maybe you shouldn't have it for me. And if I was in a different situation, there's some situations that call for having the car payment and it being a better option. It's everyone's individual situation.
Right. Maybe if you're building credit or something.
Either way, it's dumb to spend $100,000 in a car. Especially, you know, when you're not a millionaire. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's a problem. But with this particular car, the good part about it is I can always sell it and make the money back.
Right. It's like the guys that, when they go overseas, they carry a Rolex or something on them because it's a timeless thing that's worth value. So if you're ever in a shitty situation, you need to, I don't know, bribe someone or pay for something that holds value.
If I'm in the jungle of Africa and I need to have a place to stay for the night and a meal, I can show them this watch and they will know the brand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you go out fucking food and shelter for the evening. If they're smart.
Right.
There's 20 grand, I need a place to stay for tonight. It's like, jeez. now look.
TJ, you've done it again.
Oh yeah.
God. It's perfect.
And you like it?
Yeah. Back of my head looks great. Side part looks amazing. It's not too long on top. Like
Sick. Hell yeah.
there's a reason I keep coming here, man. You know what's what.
I appreciate you, brother. Hell yeah.